Hey guys, really quick before this video starts, I did want to give a quick shout out to the Discord server that we made. Huge shout out to Jean for helping me out with this Discord. He did like 90% of the work. So yeah, if you could just go ahead and check the link that's in the description. Everybody's available. Make sure you read rules before you join, verify yourself, and then you guys will be set to join the Discord.
Be mine. Beg for mercy.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I want to show you guys my complete EULA build. In today's video, we're going to be going over EULA herself, her playstyle, team comps, artifacts, weapons, all that good stuff. Since her banner just ended, I thought that this would be an appropriate time to release a video now that I've actually had time to play with her and to learn her playstyle a little bit better. Starting off, let's go ahead and get right into her stats. See, her attack is at 2281, crit rate 48.5%. We'll talk about how to work around that low crit rate. I would generally shoot for around 50% crit rate, but given my cursed artifacts by the Genshin gods, this is what I have to work with. But yeah, so 48.5% crit rates, 181% crit damage, which is all right. And then we have a 104% physical damage bonus, and this will go even higher with the pale flame sets. Going over weapons, this isn't going to be an in-depth weapon video, just throwing that out there. For this, we're just going to be going over a few of her best weapons and then some 4-star alternative options. So Song of Broken Pines is basically just her best in slot weapon. As you can tell just by looking at it, this weapon was literally made for EULA, and we're not going to get into the way that this weapon fully functions, but basically it gives you a nice physical damage bonus. You can get stacks on it. It'll increase your normal attack speed, and it'll increase your attack by 40% almost once you get both buffs. That's about 36%. Alternatively though, which a lot of people I feel will have Wolf's Gravestone because it's been out for so long. Wolf's Gravestone, as you can see, it gives you a huge attack bonus. One thing to keep in mind, Wolf's Gravestone has a lower base attack than Song of Broken Pines, but overall you are going to be having a lot higher attack because of the attack percentage and because of the substat on it. Skyward Spine is a decent alternative option. It's very strong amongst the 5-star. So the reason why Skyward Spine is so good on EULA is because not only because of the energy recharge and the high base attack, but also the passive. As you can see right here, after you use your ult, you will get Vacuum Blade that does 80% of your attack as damage to opponents along its path. As you can see, it's less for 20 seconds or after 8 Vacuum Blades. The reason why this weapon is so strong is because these Vacuum Blades right here, the damage that comes from these also scales with your physical damage bonus. So your physical goblet and your artifact set bonuses will stack with the attack that you're getting from this passive right here. So overall, this is really good. One of EULA's weaknesses is energy recharge, so having a little bit on it is not bad for her, and of course you get a really high base attack, very similar to Skyward Blade. Alright guys, so some alternative 4-star weapons that I want to talk about is obviously Prototype Archaic. This weapon is really good because not only is it craftable, but it gives you a nice attack bonus, and it has a very nice passive where you can deal like really insane numbers. Alternatively, you can use Serpent Spine. Serpent Spine is probably your best, low spend weapon. And at Refinement 1, as you can see, you're getting a lot of crit rates. This obviously goes up with each level, but every second that your character's on the field, or every 4 seconds your character's on the field, you're going to be dealing, 6% more damage, and you're going to take more damage, which doesn't really matter, especially if you have a decent shielder. But yeah, so this will stack up 5 times, and you'll get a huge amount of damage increase, as well as really nice crit rate and a decent base attack. So overall, you're really benefiting from the passive and the subset on the main set on this weapon. So now for a couple of 3-star options that I want to throw out there is Skyrider Greatsword. This weapon is surprisingly really good on EULA because you get a physical damage bonus, and on hits, normal charge attacks are increased by 6% for 4 seconds with a max of 4 stacks. Basically, you get a nice attack bonus with a decent physical damage bonus. Keep in mind that because this weapon is a 3-star weapon, all of the stats on it are just going to be super underwhelming, so I can only really recommend this game for people at lower ARs or like mid ARs that haven't got too lucky with the gacha system and are completely free to play. Another good 3-star weapon, Debate Club. This weapon's always been decent for a 3-star weapon, so I'm not going to cover this weapon, but yeah, this weapon is also pretty decent on her if you're a lower AR. So for her artifacts, obviously her best in slot is Pale Flame. This is the artifact set, for those of you who don't know, that actually was released with EULA herself. Basically how this one works is you get a physical damage bonus, 25%. That's pretty self-explanatory. 4-piece set. Basically, once you hit an opponent, you get an attack increase by 9% right here, as you can see. So after you use your E, you're going to get a 9% attack bonus. Once you E again, you get another 9% attack bonus. And then after you hit an enemy with your E twice, you actually get 50% physical damage bonus. Your other option is obviously 2-piece bloodstained with 2-piece physical damage bonus, because there's going to be no requirements to trigger the 50% attack bonus or physical damage bonus. But you do have to keep in mind that this gives you a little bit extra attack. But these are my artifacts for those of you guys who want to see them. There's only a couple artifact sets that I can actually recommend besides Pale Flame and 2-piece Pale Flame with 2-piece Bloodstained. You can alternatively throw her on a 2-piece Glad set with either 2-piece Bloodstained or 2-piece Pale Flame. It'll greatly outperform or underperform, but overall it's still pretty solid. And if you want EULA for whatever reason to only do normal attacks, you can throw her on a 4-piece Glad, but this set is really not recommended, especially since it's very hard to farm for a 4-piece Glad set. Constellations, everything that you see in this video is done at C0, but her Constellations give her slight attack bonuses, probably for low spending players. If you really like EULA and you decide to main her for a long time, C1 is probably your best option. I would not go past this, but basically you get extra physical damage bonus after your Grim Heart stacks are consumed. That's basically it. I'm not going to cover all the rest of those, but most of them are just talent levels and slight damage increases. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into her talents. So as you can see, her talents are 8, 5, and 6. And as you can see by that showcase, even at talent level 6, she can still hit really decent numbers. I would recommend upgrading your normal attack first. And then I would recommend actually upgrading your Q next and then your E. Just because your Q has such a high multiplier on it that you're going to be able to deal way more damage with it than you would just be using your E. Alright, and also we also have our passive talents. Basically, you get 2 stacks of Grim Heart, you hold E, you deal a little bit more damage with physical. Nothing too special about this. Basically, after you use your Q, you can use your E again. This is why oftentimes when people play EULA, you'll see them holding their E before they Q, because you won't have any more cooldown on your E and you can use it again very like immediately. Alright guys, so the next thing that I actually want to talk about is going to be her normal attacks and just focusing on EULA herself before we actually get into party members. So guys, basically the way that you want to play with her normal attacks, and something I wanted to talk about after the talents, as you can see right here, after her 4 hit damage, you want to stop. These last 2 hits are very slow animations, as is most Claymore characters. Their last hit takes really long, so you want to skip this hit. And you want to animation cancel after the 4th hit because it has the highest scaling. So what I mean by that, animation cancel, is after you get to that 4th hit right there, there's a couple ways you can actually animation cancel with that. So the first way, obviously, is going to be jumping out of it. That immediately stops your attack and resets it. Second way, obviously, is going to be dashing out of it. And because she's a Claymore character, usually by the time it's the 4th hit hits, she'll have full stamina again. And then, of course, the last way is going to be using your E or your Q. So after you do it, you can use your E, and then it'll automatically reset your normal attacks, which is really nice. And then you can swap between characters. But yeah, that's basically how you're going to be using her normal attacks. The way you're going to be wanting to use her burst is going to be holding your E, obviously, like we talked about, and then Q, and then tapping your E again. So basically what that looks like is going to be like this. This is just a full party rotation. So you're going to hold your E, then you're going to Q, and then you're going to E again. And he died way faster than I was expecting. So, but yeah, basically that's how you're going to be using her E and her Q. Now taking a look at her Q and how you can actually maximize this to the fullest potential. This has stacks, and every time you hit an opponent, either that be with your elemental skill or your normal attacks, it will increase by a certain percentage based on what level your Q is actually at. Every time I hit an opponent, it's going to go up by 109%. Actually ridiculous. And then of course her base damage is 533% of her attack, which is crazy. So basically you want to get as many stacks in after you use your Q before that sword hits. Because when that sword hits, you want to get as many stacks on it so it'll deal the maximum damage on it as possible. So as you can see, the maximum stacks is 30, which is kind of unrealistic. So basically you want to get as many stacks in as possible. But yeah, you can either wait for your Q to detonate itself, or if you would like to automatically detonate it, you can swap out of her and it'll drop itself as soon as you swap out of her character. Alright guys, the last and final thing that I want to talk about before we wrap up today's video is going to be EULA's team comp. So with EULA, her energy cost for her ultimate is actually 80, which is super high. With 80 energy cost, you need a lot of energy recharge or a battery in your team that can just get you a lot of that specific element particles. So for EULA, we're using Rosaria in this build. You can use double cryo if you really need that much energy recharge, but generally you want somebody to superconduct, and then your last is going to be either a healer or a shielder, or both. Diona. So as you can see, we're using EULA and Fischl. Fischl's really good because Oz can stay on the field even when Fischl's off field, and you can proc superconduct like all the time. I'm using Rosaria here because she has a low energy cost, and she functions very similar to Kaya. So you can use Kaya if you have him built better, or you could even use Chi-Chi if you can use her as a healer if you want. But basically you just want another cryo unit. And for your last character, you can basically use whoever best fits the slots, and what I mean by that is whoever you have built best to either shield or to heal. So the reason why I'm using Bennett is obviously he's one of the best supports in the game. He gives you huge attack increase and he heals you very effectively. Alternatively, if you need another cryo battery, I highly recommend using Diona. Diona is very good with EULA because she can shield, she can heal, and she can get you cryo particles. So she can function as another battery for your EULA. If you have somebody like Zhongli, you can also use him as a shielder. But guys, overall, that's gonna wrap up my EULA guide for her team comps, you know, weapons, all of that good stuff. So if you guys did actually enjoy this video, go ahead and leave a like and or comment. I prefer you guys to comment as I can't see like dislikes anymore. So if you guys have anything you guys want to add in this video, leave it down in the comment section. That's usually where I reach out to people. If you guys want to get in contact with me in any way, like I said at the beginning of the video, Discord is linked down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.